Last year, a Korean drama titled Crash Landing on You took the world by storm. It was about a South Korean woman who ended up in North Korea and fell in love with a handsome North Korean soldier. But later, the drama was accused of violating South Korea's national security law. To understand what happened here, we need to go back in history. In 1945, the Korean peninsula was split into two, the Soviet-led North and the US-led South. Then in 1948, South Korea adopted the national security law as a temporary measure to counter threats from North Korea and its communist ideologies. And now it's 2020. More than 7 decades have gone by, and all South Korean citizens are entitled to the freedom of speech and assembly under the Constitution. However, even to this day, if anyone speaks in favor of North Korea, they might go to jail under the national security law. At first, the law was created to regulate any activities that could compromise the safety of the state and punish those who support the anti-government group, aka North Korea. Ironically, this law, which aimed to protect the freedom of South Korean people, has long been criticized for taking away people's freedom of speech and expression. For decades, thousands of people have been jailed for being traitors or spies or even sympathizing with North Korea. Some critics have said the law is a relic of the Cold War that should be revised or repealed. Perhaps the most criticized part of the national security law is Article 7, which states that anyone who praises or encourages North Korea can go to jail. It also says anyone with documents, drawings, or other materials of expression with the intention to praise the North can be punished. And that's why the drama Crash Landing on You was accused of violating the national security law, with critics saying the show had glamorized North Korea. They also said the drama portrayed North Korean soldiers in a peaceful way, when in reality, North Korea still remains the enemy of the state. Although the case is unlikely to be prosecuted as the drama is completely fictional, it did bring up the need to revise a law that's more than 70 years old. In October, Democratic lawmakers proposed a bill to get rid of Article 7 of the national security law. It's the first time in 16 years for such discussion to take place after a failed attempt to abolish the law altogether in 2004. This was also a painful defeat for current President Moon Jae-in, who was a senior aide for President Roh Moo-hyun at the time. Supporters of the bill say times have changed and the South Korean society has become much more mature as people worked hard to achieve peace through democracy. They say Korean citizens are smart enough to make their own judgments and should have the freedom to express and acquire all sorts of information. However, not everyone is on the same boat. Conservative lawmakers have often criticized the current government of overly embracing North Korea and said the national security law must be enforced as the two Koreas still remain technically at war. Now that discussions of revising the national security law is officially back on the table, Democratic lawmakers said they will make constant efforts to make sure the bill passes the 21st National Assembly.